Hello, I'm Michelle, and it is time for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I just finished quilting my fifth quilt in about a week for a customer. She did my mystery quilt, Amber, when I did that in 2003. And she didn't look at all the directions and didn't sew it together quite correctly, but I love the way it turned out. And so she's renamed it to Where's Amber, and I want to name it Strawberry Fields or something. She pieced the back of it, and I quilted it in red thread, and it's really neat because all of the white pieces have little prints, and so it's all kinds of red, and the red thread just blends in beautifully. I love the way it turned out. Other thing that I worked on is I loaded this piece of fabric, and I'm wanting to try and make some slippers. And so I kind of drew around what the pieces were supposed to be and started layering them. Well, I didn't like that because they spread apart too much. So then I went ahead and added this piece and just did my meandering flower. I don't know how well you can see that. But as I was getting down here to the end, I still had some to go, and I was out of the backing fabric that I had put on there. And a while back I had seen where you could go ahead and pin right sides together of new backing fabric, and use your long arm to stitch it. So that's what I did. I actually, because I have red snappers on here, I unsnapped it and snapped my two edges together. And then I came back about 4 to 6 inches because I wanted to make sure I was far enough back that I would not hit a pin with my needle and my sew head on my machine. And so then, because this is pretty long, I brought it up over the back of this, and that way the carriage of my machine could go underneath. I put my horizontal lock on and stitched right across it. Come back, and with my scissors, with it snapped and held, I just ran my scissors or cut right straight down about a ½ inch, finger pressed it open, took the red snappers off and loaded this part on and was able to continue quilting the blue. Then I added another ½ yard, and I don't know how well you can see this, but with this design here, I decided to do a spiral spiky feather. And let's see here. Can we get it where there, maybe you can see a little bit of the quilting design. Don't know if it will show up on the back or not. Maybe a little bit. Another reason for doing this is a bunch of my bobbins were partially full or almost gone, and so I wanted to use up different bobbins just so I could have some more empty ones. And so I started with different blues. I have variegated blue. When I got down to this one, I ended up with purple. Let's see, I think down on this end, and you might even be able to see the design a lot better. So I used up a lighter thread, but yeah, you can really see the spiky feathers, and I really love the way that looks. And so I want to throw this back on and practice a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna, I really like the way this spiky feather turned out, but I want to practice some of my other feathers. So I'm thinking I might just do a couple others and use up some of my Franken batting and practice some of my quilting. So, with that said, next week I don't know if I will be able to post a video or not. I will be in Spain, in Madrid, visiting my niece, and I'm traveling with other family members, and looking forward to the trip. And so my husband's staying here at home, so that's why I am mentioning my trip, because typically I don't mention a trip before I go anywhere. But I'm really looking forward to it, and wanting to make myself a new pair of slippers before I go and practice some of my quilting. Getting closer to having all my quilting stuff done for the week. Last night I also was the guest speaker at the Calco Quilters Quilt Guild, where they meet up in Battle Creek, Michigan. And I did my UFQ, a 10-step program for finishing your unfinished quilts, and had a really good time up there. I always like being a vendor at their quilt show. And their quilt show is a yearly quilt show. And just the inspiration in their show and tell was amazing. So, with that, I'm going to say, as usual, until next time, let's go sew.